dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, the search continues for 22-month-old Kenneth Howard. He was last seen around 7:30 last night on Kenneth Combs Road. That is near the Magoffin-Floyd County line. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher has followed this story since early this morning and has the latest.
There's a very somber yet urgent feeling in Magoffin County with 22-month-old Kenneth Howard's photo in hand. First responders have searched these hills since Sunday night.
Magoffin County Rescue Squad got called in about 8:30 last night when Magoffin County Dispatch was notified.
Multiple rescue squads were dispatched to the Kenneth Combs Road and worked until the early hours this morning. Public Information Officer for Magoffin County Rescue Squad says just after noon, multiple canine units searched for the child.
Those dogs, of course, are followed several dogs, none don't know the number either, last night that conducted a search as well. They stayed until about 6 o'clock this morning or 6:30. It's when they finally gave up, went in. Everyone not everyone, but a large number of people went, refueled.
After spending one night missing, the family's friends are worried for his safety.
It's going to be about that cold tonight, and he's got to be getting hungry and cold.
As the day continues, officials say they are determined to find this little blue-eyed boy. In Magoffin County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
We also have our Just In Case following the search efforts this afternoon and this evening. Tonight at 6, we'll have much more from family and friends who say they will not give up hope.
And it's been a little bit chilly out there today. We haven't really felt like spring at all today. We've really seen those clouds take over as well. You'll notice as we take a look at a few of those cameras on Interstate 64 in Moorhead, those thick clouds at times. But we'll start to see those get out of here hopefully by the time we get a little bit later in this evening. As you're looking over into the Mountain Parkway, we're seeing those thick clouds as well over into Powell County. Now you notice satellite and radar showing those clouds and a little bit of those showers that stuck around a little bit today. Just a few pop-ups. Most of us did remain dry, but you see that cloud cover still pretty thick across eastern Kentucky. But as we scan the skies now, you'll notice those rain chances really out of here. Most of us are remaining dry, and the good news is that continues overnight and into your Tuesday and really for a good portion of that work week. You'll notice those temperatures very chilly into about those low to mid 50s, some spots into the upper 50s to maybe lower 60s, but definitely feeling chilly out there. I think we're hoping to see a little bit more sunshine today. So as we head throughout the rest of the evening, we'll hang on to those cloudy conditions with temperatures continuing to drop as well. By the time we get to right around midnight in those overnight hours, we're going to start to see those mostly cloudy skies turn to partly cloudy skies, which will make for sunshine by the time we get into your Tuesday. Cooler trend does continue at least for the next day or two, and those daily rain chances return, but the good news is it's not going to be a complete washout. We'll have those details coming up in just a few short minutes. Steve.
All right, thank you, Paige. A Knox County man is accused of raping a woman who has an intellectual disability and is legally blind. Kentucky State Police arrested this man, 71-year-old Clark Mills, yesterday and charged him with second-degree rape and second-degree sodomy of a person with an intellectual disability. Court documents say Mills picked up the woman and took her to a Bell County motel. Police say Mills admitted to police that he had sex with the woman. He told police he knew the woman for 2 years and also knew she was disabled. We hope to have more on this disturbing story tonight at 6. Police arrested an American Airlines pilot in Kentucky accused of a 2015 triple murder in Christian County. A grand jury indicted 51-year-old Christian Martin Friday for the murders of Calvin Phillips, Pamela Phillips, and Edward Danzero. The indictment alleges Martin shot and killed Calvin Phillips in his Pembroke home. His wife, Pamela Phillips, and their neighbor, Danzero, were found in a burned car a few miles away in a cornfield. Attorney General Andy Beshear accepted a request to appoint a special prosecutor to take over the case after he met with the family's son 2 years ago. The son worried the case had stalled. Martin is being held without bond. A man accused of a deadly machete attack on 2 Appalachian Trail hikers made his first court appearance today. James Jordan arrived at a district courthouse in Abington, Virginia. Police say Jordan attacked a man and a woman early Saturday morning. The man was killed and the woman walked 6 miles, injured and bleeding, before getting help from other hikers on the trail. Jordan also allegedly threatened hikers in North Carolina and Tennessee. Police say Jordan surrendered after they found him near the trail. Officials say the woman is expected to survive. The victims' names have not yet been released. One of the highest profile defendants in the college admissions scandal pleaded guilty today. Actress Felicity Huffman admitted to paying $15,000 to have a proctor boost her daughter's SAT scores. Prosecutors recommend Huffman pay a $20,000 fine and serve 4 to 10 months behind bars.
Felicity Huffman has been the model defendant in this case. The judge has every right and ability to give her less than that, including probation and community service.
Actress Lori Loughlin and her husband are also facing charges. They plan to plead not guilty to charges that they paid $500,000 to have their two daughters named as recruits to the USC crew team, even though the girls did not row. Huffman is said to be sentenced in the next few months. Democrats say the White House is stonewalling as the administration has batted down requests for thousands of documents and witness testimony. The president says it's time for the Democrats to move on. CBS's Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill with a look at where things stand between the president and House Democrats.
Respected all over Europe.
President Trump railed against House Democrats' investigations during a White House meeting with the Hungarian Prime Minister.
Because they're asking for things that they're not entitled to. All they're doing is trying to win an election in 2020.
Over the weekend, President Trump tweeted House Democrats have gone nuts as they pursue more than 20 separate investigations into his administration and business dealings. The administration so far has blocked committee requests and subpoenas for documents and witnesses, and the president has sued Deutsche Bank and Capital One Bank to block his creditors from complying with subpoenas. He also claimed executive privilege last week on the unredacted Mueller report.
We're going to have to enforce so much of this in court, and we're seeing signs already, and I think this is positive, that the courts understand the urgency here.
Tuesday, a federal judge is expected to rule on a House committee subpoena for financial records from the president's accounting firm. While some Democrats have labeled the administration's noncompliance with congressional request a constitutional crisis, John Fortier of the Bipartisan Policy Center says the Constitution is built to withstand clashes between branches of government.
It is a back and forth between a legislative branch which has powers and wants information, and an executive branch which also has powers and has the right to protect some of what it does.
The Trump administration faces another subpoena deadline on Friday for the president's tax returns. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Last week, the House Judiciary Committee voted along party lines to hold Attorney General William Barr in contempt of Congress for refusing to comply with the subpoena for the unredacted Mueller report. The stock markets were way down today following an escalation in the trade war between China and the U.S. China's foreign minister announced a new round of retaliatory taxes of up to 25% on more than 5,000 U.S.-made products totaling $60 billion beginning June 1st. The steepest penalties are impacting beef, plants, fruits and vegetables. The Trump administration is looking at ways to help U.S. farmers who are being hit the hardest by the Chinese tariffs.
It's getting really tough. I mean, something needs to get resolved, something needs to get done.
The U.S. raised tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese-made goods last Friday. Trade talks that day between the two countries were cut short, and for now, no official trade talks are scheduled between the U.S. and China. So let's head over to Wall Street now on this Monday afternoon, and the Dow closed down today more than 617 points. So a bad start to the week on Wall Street. Southeastern Kentucky Rehabilitation Industries is having its grand opening at the new Middlesboro location today. The new plant in Middlesboro is Secri's 7th location and currently employs 12 people on the floor. However, officials say they intend to expand to employ up to 100 people by the end of their first year. Workers in Middlesboro are working on tents for the military through Light Fighter.
Secri is key. Right now, we're back ordered. And bringing Secri on in this new location in Middlesboro is really going to help us out to catch up with the demand for our product.
The grand opening ceremony started at 3:30 this afternoon. Several dignitaries are on hand, including Congressman Hal Rogers. Straight ahead on First at 4, a beloved Hollywood actress dies. Just ahead, we'll remember Doris Day.
And sunshine does return, but so do those rain chances. I'll have a look at that full forecast in just a few short minutes.